Hello, everyone. How are we? Welcome. I'm sitting on my shirt. It's very uncomfortable. I trust we're well and ready, poised. Bit glary. Extremely glary. Too dark. Those are your options, ladies and gentlemen. Too glary. That's what you're getting. That's your light. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the closest you can get to the Swan right now. That's just made. Some people just left. I mean, why were you here? A quid each, Martin, would be ideal. Something like that. Round it up if you wish, obviously. We're going to start. Good evening, Tom. We're going to start at past, if everyone is ready, with questions. Feel free to get stuck into your pitch around. If I say so myself, question 12 is a piece of art. That's better. That's what you're getting. Is that okay? Yeah, you're having that. And it's a bit close, isn't it? But, you know. If anyone, there's a test team in the players, which generally means someone is struggling a bit. If you just do it through Facebook, connect through Facebook onto the Witty Quiz, that's probably the easiest way. If you're not on Facebook, then you'll have told me a billion times anyway, and that won't help. Use Gmail in that case. If you do it on Gmail, then fuck off. You know what I mean? Oh, sorry if there were children watching, by the way. Hi, kids. Good evening, Roger. How are you, mate? You well? And you, Tommy, you well? Is everyone well? I hope everyone is well. Be well, all. The lighting effect that I've gone for is hello, Ruth. Is Roald Dahl in Tales from the Unexpected. I'm very well, thank you, Stephanie. Yes. Hello. Good. Yes. I trust all your mob are well. Excellent. There's a high quality joke at one point of this evening. I'll tell you that now. What there's one good joke. The rest of it's bollocks. It really is poor. Just, of course, it's magnificent. I'm at a very strange angle. Excuse me. I'm just going to put this at the ceiling and reposition myself. I do apologise. Very unprofessional. I mean, that might look identical to you, but to me, it's a world of difference. I promise. Do get on with your pitch round. Feel free to congratulate me wildly about question 12 when you get it. It's very strong material. I'm glad to see Rupert's timekeeping is as reliable as ever, by the way. That cheers me, even in these difficult times. That's a good idea, Tom. I'll do that, yes. Which should appear at some point now, although it hasn't. Although I have just sent it. Confusing. Bear with me 1 second. There's 2 me's on the go. That's awful. Imagine such a thing. Imagine was such a thing really true. And we're going to start in 5 minutes, unless I receive notification from a team. Good. I'm pleased with some of you for your answers. By the way, thus far, somebody doing very well. And even if it is by dint of no one having anything better to do, it's nice to see a few more people in there, especially Rupert Blockswitch, who has now registered 3 times to do the quiz. Could somebody tell him that it's probably clogged in his email filter and he's be better off continuing with Facebook? Hi, Rupert. Good. Right. I'm going to do this, which is have a cigarette, and then I'm going to start. Yeah, we basically sort of recommend £1 each for the donations. I say we as if this is some sort of group effort, and that I have nothing more to say about that. It just takes me ages, and it'd be quite nice. That's all. But if you feel this is not worthwhile, there are other better options out there, which there are. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. To entertain yourself, then feel free to do that instead. But come on. Would you see this man starve? No, you wouldn't. I do try to refrain from doing the music questions now. I know they're available, but it just spoils the timings and everything. Oh, that's cool. That's acceptable, actually. Good. Yeah. You've got until this finishes. Until I say finishes, if it's going to do it itself. Until I finish this. To do all that malarkey. I'll tell you now that every question has been answered correctly in the picture round. So any complaints of it's too hard or anything like that, well, no. You just don't know the right things if you don't know them. Lovely chat. Lovely reassuring chat. Let's just get a bit lighter, shall we? Yes, that's better. Are we going to start in, I'd say 1.5 minutes. Lockdown, Daddy. Well, what I did was I watched a fat man have a fag. It was brilliant. Okay. Is anyone not okay if I start with the questions? So you've got 30 seconds to say so in the chat, otherwise we're away. Away we go, in the words of Ron Pickering, not the angry motorist. Right. Says Roger. Thank you, Roger. Is that a request to pause? Oh, I. Okay, right. Okay, good. Question number 16. Just first, nice and straightforward, very easy question. It's on TV. Which area of London, ladies and gentlemen, which area of London were the sitcoms Desmond's and Only Fools and Horses set primarily? Which area of London were the sitcom Desmond's and Only Fools and Horses set? Oh dear. When I'm going to ask a question, I'm going to hold up this. It's the best of Nielsen. And this quiz wouldn't work anywhere near as well without you. Or me, primarily, actually. I'm really the main driver, aren't I? Good. Question 2 is on sport and tennis. The last male tennis player to win his home Grand Slam singles title was Andy Murray, with his second Wimbledon victory. Which American tennis player is the previous person to achieve this, win their home men's singles in the home Grand Slam, when he won the US Open singles in 2003? Who was that? So, before Andy Murray, the last player to win the home Grand Slam men's singles tennis, you know what I mean, was which American who won the US Open men's singles in 2003? Harry says it's time for question 18, which is on literature. J.K. Rowling, ladies and gentlemen. J.K. Rowling has written a book. Great news once again for the turf accountant. And what's more, it's nothing to do with Harry Potter. Insert old joke here, which, as we know, is the most anyone has milked a small wizard since Debbie McGee. What is the name of J.K. Rowling's new book? It's like a fairy tale, in a way. J.K. Rowling has written a new book. What is it called? I will allow some leeway with your spelling. Question 19, ladies and gentlemen, is the ever-popular shoes of Wikipedia. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read the description of a shoe. All you need to do is tell me what word you'd use to describe that shoe, what type of shoe it is. Basically, every time you hear the word blank, it's the word that would replace the word blank in this description. A blank, ladies and gentlemen, is a type of woman's footwear characterized by a strap that crosses behind the heel or ankle. A blank strap is distinguishable from an ankle strap in that the latter is a strap that completely encircles the ankle. Blanks can be considered a type of sandal and come in a wide variety of styles from casual to dressy, with heel height ranging from non, is that really a heel height? Non, to high. Heel types ranging from as thin as a stiletto to as thick as wedges. He's as thick as wedges, he is. And they may be either closed or open toe. Blank straps are usually adjustable through a buckle or an elastic segment, allowing the wearer to slip their foot into the sandal easily without the need to make further or any manual adjustment to the strap or buckle, while still holding the foot in the sandal relatively securely. The buckle can be made of metal, plastic, or sometimes stone. Classic designs include Chanel's two-tone blank, introduced in 1957 and relaunched in 2015 by designer Karl Lagerfeld. What type of shoe is that, ladies and gentlemen? Does anyone need me to read that again? You're all right, Rog. I think Roger's struggling a bit. Bless him. I like Roger. Don't be struggling, Rog. Yes, I'll repeat the shoe thingy. Okay, here we go. A blank is a type of woman's footwear characterized by a strap that crosses behind the heel or ankle. They're both linked. A blank strap is distinguishable from an ankle strap in that the latter is a strap that completely encircles the ankle. Blanks can be considered a type of sandal and come in a wide variety of styles, from casual to dressy, with heel height ranging from non, not a heel, to high, a high heel, and heel types ranging from as thin as a stiletto to as thick as wedges, and they may be either closed or open toe. Blank straps are usually adjustable through a buckle and elastic segment, allowing the wearer to slip their foot into the sandal easily, without the need to make further or any manual adjustment to the strap or buckle, while still holding the foot in the sandal relatively securely. The buckle can be made of plastic, metal, or even sometimes stone. Classic designs include Chanel's two-tone blank, introduced in 1957 and relaunched in 2015 by designer Karl Lagerfeld. Good. Now, I don't want to divide these teams on lines of female members or stuff, but I reckon people who have got women in their team are going to find that easier. Question 20 is on films, ladies and gentlemen. Films, the fifth highest grossing film worldwide in 2020, with box office takings of about £4.60, was which animated film? The highest video game spin-off takings of all time. Which film, ladies and gentlemen? The fifth highest worldwide grossing film in 2020 was an animated film based on a computer game, the highest computer game spin-off film of all time. What film? And I suspected that Dave Nicholson would be the expert in this field, and I don't know. I'm not going to elaborate any more on that point. Question 24 is on sausages, ladies and gentlemen. My girlfriend, who is real, just as well, won't be joining in this evening. In fact, she is well, and she's a traitor who is doing somebody else's quiz. But she's also a vegetarian and therefore an idiot, and for this reason does not enjoy the delicious, lingering taste of sausage. It is for this reason, and also greed and subsequent large portion shares, that I always cook black pudding for breakfast every morning without fail. Now, which Lancashire town, ladies and gentlemen, now part of Greater Manchester, unless they've been thrown out of that as well, claims to be the originator of black pudding in the United Kingdom, although the annual Black Pudding Throwing Championships is held in nearby Ramsbottom, the place, not the ovine cavity. What is that place, ladies and gentlemen? A Lancashire town, now part of Greater Manchester, that claims to be the originator of black pudding in the United Kingdom, dating back to 1810. Although the annual Black Pudding Throwing Championships is held in nearby Ramsbottom. Held in a nearby Ramsbottom. What is that town? The animated film is this year. Yes, definitely, 2020. That's the name of this year. That was helpful, wasn't it? It's very close. Stop the count. It's nice when someone lives down to your expectations, isn't it? I haven't seen it, Martin. I don't know. I think it is. I'm trying to think what you might think it is. I'm trying to think what you might think it is. That would make you ask that question, and I can't. Oh no, yeah, no, it's not like Roger. As far as I know, it isn't like Roger Rabbit or the BBC Irish TV program Roy about a paper boy, which is very poor. Question 22 is on links, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to read to you now are 10 seemingly unconnected things which, upon closer scrutiny by you bunch of avid scrutineers, are revealed to have a single conjoining unifying theme. All you need to do is tell me what that theme is. So what links? Hello, Emma. The Last of the Mohicans. A city and province in southeast Turkey. Ray Malon. Push the feeling on. Alicia Dixon. A 1903 work by George Bernard Shaw. The footballer born Juvenil do Vieira de Souza. The University of Michigan. Carl Howman. And less helpfully, anyone making their international debut at the 1994 Football World Cup. I'll give you those again. The Last of the Mohicans. A city and province in southeast Turkey. Ray Malon. Push the feeling on. Alicia Dixon. A 1903 play by George Bernard Shaw. There's a play, yeah. Footballer born Juvenildo Vieira de Souza. The University of Michigan. Carl Howman. And anyone making their international debut in the 1994 World Cup. What links all those things? I'll give you a little while. Question 23 is on the virus. Ladies and gentlemen, the virus is still here. And all the panic buying, of course, there's panic buying idiots still going on, aren't there? Not like, don't catch me being like that. I've still got hundreds of toilet rolls from last time. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's that happy time, ladies and gentlemen. It's the happy time where Emmerdale-themed pornography meets welcome medical progress. Okay? The generous hand of Big Pharma. Which pharmaceutical giant, ladies and gentlemen, has provided potential salvation by expecting to have doses of its vaccine developed in association with BioNTech available by the end of this year. The first of the pharmaceutical giants to come up with potential vaccine. Which one is that? Used to have a large R&D department in Sandwich in Kent, no longer does. Do make sure you're answering the right spot. Someone's just done it in the wrong spot. And may have the other thing is they may also have overridden their previous answer. So do check that, ladies and gentlemen. Do check your answers. The way the marking works is basically it picks up every keystroke, and sort of tries to work out when they've finished and then sends the answer to me. And just when you move into another box, actually. So if you type and you don't know where it's gone, it's a chance it's actually overwritten it. Good, thank you, Martin. That's a heads up for everyone, not just you. Question 24 is on TV. Father Peter Clifford, series 1 to 3. Father Aidan O'Connell, series 4 to 5. And Father Vincent Sheehan, series 6. Were the lead characters in which Gentle TV series? Father Peter Clifford, series 1 to 3. Father Aidan O'Connell, series 4 to 5. And Father Vincent Sheehan, series 6. Were the lead characters in which TV series? A gentle, an unchallenging one. Question 25 is on geography. Formerly known as Pressburg, ladies and gentlemen, Pressburg, which European capital city is one of 4 such to lie on the river Danube. Formerly known as Pressburg, which European capital city is one of 4 such European capital cities to lie on the river Danube. Question 26 is on the internet. Often used, ladies and gentlemen, often used in association when a relevant link or so on is sent to an individual. For what does the internet abbreviation ISTATOY stand? ISTATOY. The acronym ISTATOY, the initialism ISTATOY. What does that stand for? I could repeat 25, Frankie. Yeah, 25 is formerly known as Pressburg. Which European capital city, formerly known as Pressburg, is one of the four that lies on the river Danube? And 26 is for what does the internet abbreviation acronym initialism ISTATOY, ISTATOY, what does that stand for? Someone's answered 27 in 25. Do check that. Sorry, 25 and 27. Speaking of which, here is question 27. It's on sport and York. Sorry if you're not from York. Not for any particular reason, just I'm sorry. What word can follow Clifton, Poppleton, Rawcliffe, and Danny to give the name of areas of York or a sportsman? Clifton, Poppleton, Rawcliffe, and Danny to give the names of areas of York and a sportsman. Four letters, by the way. Four letters. Question 28, ladies and gentlemen, is this week's question on things I cannot do. And this week's thing that I cannot do, ladies and gentlemen, that is beyond me, is elementary ballet. And in elementary ballet, one of the first things you learn are the basic positions, ladies and gentlemen. Positions. How many basic positions are there? Elementary positions in ballet. How many of those are there? Give you a clue, I'm looking for a number. I can repeat 27, Mickey. I'm looking for a four-letter word, which I have specified, but a four-letter word that can follow Clifton, Poppleton, Rawcliffe, and Danny to give the name either of areas of York or a sportsman. Suddenly. Question 29, ladies and gentlemen, on art. And of the 11 most expensive artworks ever sold, ladies and gentlemen, the only person who's painted more than one of them, with two, is an American artist who died in an alcohol-related car accident in 1956 at the age of 44. Who is that? The 11 most expensive artworks, or the highest price when they were bought. That's what most expensive means. And the only person who paid two is an American artist who died in an alcohol-related car accident in 1956 at the age of 44. Who is that? And question 30, the last one for a bit, is on films and adverts, ladies and gentlemen. Which actor, whose determination to sully his reputation seemingly knows no bounds, has appeared in recent years in borderline self-parody and then actual self-parody in adverts for Kia and for Warburtons? Who is that actor, ladies and gentlemen, who, not content with accumulating a fine body of work, has now decided to lower the quality of that, in part by appearing in a sort of parodic manner in adverts for Kia and for Warburtons? Who is that actor? Right, questions 31 to 40, ladies and gentlemen. As ever, a delve into the collective mindset of the UK population. Seldom worthwhile, I have to say. And this week, they've been telling us what they reckon, ladies and gentlemen, the highest popularity rating at any of any homeware stores in the UK. The top 10 homeware stores in the UK, of which I would say 3 of them are really sort of shops that have a homeware department. Okay? So top 10 homeware stores or department stores with homeware sections in the UK. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do those. 31 to 41 in each space, please. Good. Good. I'll stick the PayPal link again in the chat for those of you who haven't donated yet. Thank you very much to those of you who have. Much appreciated. Very good. We haven't had an answer from outside the top 20 yet, so that's good. You've all got the right idea, basically. Not all the right answers, obviously. But you've all got the right idea. That pleases me. You've got at best 30 seconds to do that. I mean, you've got more time, really. But I will be starting the questions again in about 30 seconds. Hello, Claire. Hello, Alida, if you're still watching. And hello, Loz, if you're still watching as well. Hello from Jeffrey Reynolds. That's a joke for no one in particular. It's very close. I'll tell you that now. It's very close. Stop that count. Okay. We've just had well, I'm not going to say that. Question 41 is on books, ladies and gentlemen. The current volume, Wake Up, Why the World Has Gone Nuts. Ladies and gentlemen, makes one mistake of, and its reasons of why the world has gone nuts, which is, of course, buying a copy of Wake Up, Why the World Has Gone Nuts. I haven't read it, but it is going to be shit. Most notably, because it's written by which man whose ongoing popularity is one of the reasons the world has gone nuts. Who is the author? The current sort of moderate seller. Wake Up, Why the World Has Gone Nuts. Who wrote that? Good. Someone knows his middle name as well. Delighted. There are 4 points between the top 6, ladies and gentlemen. It's excellent. It's like a Pennsylvania runoff, isn't it? Question 42 is on TV. Sister Rita, played by Sue Devaney. Brothers Humphrey, played by Jeremy Austin, and Albert, played by Tommy Robinson, as well as Mam and Dad, played by Jane Lowe and Leslie Schofield, who later went on to play Mel, Tamsin Outhwaite's dad. Jeff Healey, proposed to Pauline Fowler, was rebuffed in EastEnders. Played the family of the title character in which TV series? So Sister Rita, Sue Devaney, Brothers Humphrey, Jeremy Austin, and Albert, Tommy Robinson. Mam, Jane Lowe, and Dad, Leslie Schofield, who was Jeff in EastEnders, were the family of the title character in which TV series? Sorry if you're simply too young to have that information to hand. Question 43 is on films, ladies and gentlemen. What is the name of the film? Difficult question thus far, isn't it? What's the name of the film? Set in a Japanese prisoner of war camp, 1983, I think it is. and starring the unlikely pairing of David Bowie and Tom Conti, alongside Ryuichi Sakamoto, who also composed the score for the film. The name of the film set in a Japanese prisoner of war camp, starring David Bowie and Tom Conti, also featuring Ryuichi Sakamoto, a composer who also composed the score. What is that film? A film I would describe as quite good. Good, Mike. It isn't. You're right. Question 44 is on video games, ladies and gentlemen. According to the website popularmechanics.com, which has published a list of the 100 best video games of all time, the 75th best video game of all time is a text adventure with its origins in 1971 in an educational capacity. Published in its finished version in 1974, perhaps the most frustrating video game of all time, participants would merely go on a long walk, a grueling hike, if you like, whilst finding food, water, weaponry, and ammunition, and other things, and repeatedly doing unpleasant things like dying of dysentery. What is that game, ladies and gentlemen? From the 70s, first developed in 71, published in 74, originally designed for school use to understand the hardships faced by people in the late 19th century. People were sent on a grueling hike, they had to fend off enemies, fend for themselves, and finding rations, weaponry, and ammunition to defend themselves. Fortunately, they would repeatedly die of malnutrition and most famously, dysentery. What is that game? Question 45. I'm going to give you numbers 10 to 2 of a footballing top 10. Okay? And all you need to do is tell me who's at number 1. Okay? So 10 to 2 are Duncan Edwards, Micah Richards, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Michael Owen, Clement Mitchell, Thurston Tot Ronstrom, James Prinsep, Wayne Rooney, and who? So 10 to 2, Duncan Edwards, Micah Richards, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Michael Owen, Clement Mitchell, Thurston Tot Rostron, James Prinsep, Wayne Rooney. I've missed one out there. Oh, Jadon Sancho is number 4 in that list. That's where I've missed out. Sorry. Duncan Edwards, Micah Richards, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Michael Owen, Clement Mitchell, Jadon Sancho, Thurston Tot Rostron, James Prinsep, Wayne Rooney, and who? Question 46 is on words, and something to which I am no stranger, ladies and gentlemen, is a broken bench, firstly, due to lack of structural integrity of many benches, but also because there's a financial term which takes its name from the Italian words for broken bench. What is it? A broken bench, ladies and gentlemen. A term used sort of in association with finance, probably not really a financial, well, it is a financial term, but it's used outside of the financial world, let's say. But for money matters, certainly. It takes its name from the Italian words for broken bench. What is that word? This is going to be phenomenally close. I can feel it. Question 47 is on military photographs, ladies and gentlemen. 46. Sorry, Fran. So it's a word which is used basically in money-related word, let's say. Money-related word, which is taken from the Italian words for broken bench. What is that word? That's 46. I'm looking for the English word, not just the Italian words, okay? Question 48 is on 47. 47, so that's, isn't it? 47. It's on military photographs, ladies and gentlemen. A famous wartime photo of 1945 taken by Jack Rosenthal shows the American flag being planted and raised on which island? Which Asian island, let's say that. A wartime photo of 1945, very famous, shows the American flag being planted and raised on which Asian island? Probably more famous in a different capacity. Question 48 is on films. Which classic screwball comedy, a classic screwball comedy of 1980, is set amidst the comfortable environment of Bushwood Country Club? Bushwood Country Club, USA, is a setting for a classic screwball comedy of 1980. Which film is that? Question 49 is on bad virus bastards. What was the name, ladies and gentlemen? What was the name of the SNP MP suspended from the party for travelling without appropriate anti-coronavirus protection? What was the name of that the Scottish, surprisingly, SNP MP suspended from the party for travelling without appropriate anti-corona protection? Her surname is also that of a sort of well-known singer to some, not really. But I mean, she is. Tickets in the post. That's your half man, half biscuit clue. Question 50, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what I like to do, ladies and gentlemen, what I like to do sometimes is, sit back in historical situations. And really what I like to do then is to imagine myself amidst the luxury, the opulence, the excess of the late 18th, early 19th century, famously opulent, lavish ceremony. And where I go then, when I want to enjoy these times, is obviously, for that time period, the Regency Chinese restaurant and karaoke. The Regency, of course, appeared where the Prince Regent reigned in place of his father. Ladies and gentlemen, although not officially, he was the Prince Regent, but he did later become king. What king? I need name and regnal number. Okay? A name and number, ladies and gentlemen, of the Prince Regent who was in charge when it was the Regency, later became which king? Question 51 is on excellent television and ancient construction, ladies and gentlemen. Probably the only problem that anyone could have with the TV series Gladiators, otherwise flawless, of course, was with the game Pyramid. Of course, Pyramid, obviously Jet injured herself and never returned playing the game Pyramid. But the real problem is, in fact, that was not, in fact, a pyramid. But which other construction, a Mesopotamian construction, which is similar to a pyramid, save for the inclusion of multiple levels and steps between them? The game Pyramid on Gladiators, which was a sort of pyramid-like structure, but which was multiple leveled and had steps between these levels. What is the name of that typically Mesopotamian construction that's between the rivers Tigris and Euphrates? Question 52, ladies and gentlemen, is on sport, the sport of baseball, ladies and gentlemen. In baseball, how many batters are faced by a pitcher and a team in a perfect game? Excluding any fielding errors, how many batters will be faced by a pitcher in a perfect game? Question 53 is on words and songs, ladies and gentlemen. Officially, the most lyrically repetitive top 10 single of all time is Daft Punk's Around the World, which merely consists of the words around the world, repeated, I think, 144 times. The second most repetitive top 10 single of all time is from 1998. The main hook is a vocal sample of Lord Finesse over samples of Sliced Tomatoes by the Just Brothers, I Fought the Law by the Bobby Fuller Four, Beat Girl by John Barry and his orchestra, and the guitar line, or a bit of guitar, from Peter Gunn, the version from by the Art of Noise, feat. Dwayne Eddy. The title of the song, however, is not mentioned in the lyrics. And at the time, both words, well, there are three words in it. The first one, one of them's a the. The second and third words have never appeared in the title of any hit single before. What is that song? The second most lyrically repetitive song of all time after Daft Punk's Around the World top 10 single. Features a vocal sample of Lord Finesse over musical samples of Sliced Tomatoes by the Just Brothers, I Fought the Law by the Bobby Fuller Four, Beat Girl by John Barry and his orchestra, and a bit of guitar from Peter Gunn, but the version by the Art of Noise, feat. Dwayne Eddy. The title of the song is not mentioned in the lyrics, and the second and third words in the title have not appeared in the title of any hit single prior to that. What is that song? I do appreciate that's quite hard. Duke got to number one, but I don't think it was a large enough sample, Mickey. There's a very severe statistical analysis. Oh no, and there were more words to dupe, by the way. Too many words. Far too many words. Would you like me to read them to you? I set your ride on a storm. I set you riding on a storm. I set your ride on a storm. I'll set you riding on a storm. Don't you know that love will find you wherever you are? I'm in love and you're crushing. Everything you are, wherever you are, I'll set your ride on a storm. Far too varied. No problem, thank you. It's like Tom Hardy on Jack and Nori, isn't it? But for people with a black and white telly. In fact, no telly. Oh, Barbara Streisand is the third one. That's the third most repetitive. Unlucky. It's great. I'll send. I'll find the article and paste it into the chat. It's great. Thanks, Roger. And eminently possible to answer correctly as well. So well done. Question 54 is on forthcoming attractions, ladies and gentlemen. This is, you've probably seen this, but what is the name of the forthcoming film starring Jamie Dornan, Emily Blunt, Christopher Walken, and John Hamm, which features possibly the worst Irish accents of all time, and which has attracted negative comments for portraying a very stereotypical view of the Irish from such sources as Dara O'Brien, the official Twitter account of Dublin Airport, and the Irish Embassy in the USA, and which, on account of its stereotypical portrayal of Irish life, was criticised by of all the people you might think would be on board with this, the National Leprechaun Museum of Ireland have said it's a bit much. What is the name of that film? Emily Blunt, Christopher Walken, John Hamm, Jamie Dornan. Very, very, very schmaltzy, stereotypical caricature, if you like, view of Irish life, criticised by Dara O'Brien, Dublin Airport, the Irish Embassy in the USA, and the National Leprechaun Museum of Ireland. What is the name of that film? Question 50, M would like again. Question 50, ladies and gentlemen. The Regency period of the UK, the late 18th, early 19th century, was when the Prince Regent reigned in place of his father. The Prince Regent himself later became king. What name and number was the Prince Regent when he became king? And question 55, the last one in this round. Which word of 5 letters or more, one word, 5 letters or more, has appeared in the title of hit singles by all the following artists? Marvin Gaye, Ollie Murs, Go West, Sister Sledge, The Charlatans, nearly, and Ed Sheeran. One word, 5 letters or more. The title of hit singles by Marvin Gaye, Ollie Murs, Go West, Sister Sledge, Charlatans-ish, and Ed Sheeran. Okay? 56 to 75 of your music, so 77, sorry, music questions. There are 11 of them, artist, song title in the right bit. I'm going to give you until 10 to do that, okay? 10. So you've got 20 minutes to do that. 10, we'll have the pointless questions and all that malarkey, okay? Good. Away you go. I'm delighted to say that one of the Ruperts has answered one question himself, as has a test. So they're now joint last with one. And they can't change that. Now they've put something in. So they're in the leaderboard. They're going to be read out. You've got 15 minutes. Someone's just put the wrong ones in the wrong spaces for 59 and 58. 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes. Okay, 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. You only get a few minutes to finish everything off, so there's no rush. Make sure you've got the answers in the right spaces. Someone just hasn't. Okay, someone is answering them all one out, by the way, so maybe have a look at that. Okay. Your pointless and tie-break questions, ladies and gentlemen, okay? There are 4 pointless questions, only 3 answer spaces, but there are 4 possible questions to answer, okay? Normal rules apply. You can answer the same question 3 times, you can answer any of them, whatever, okay? Doesn't matter. So your pointless questions are, any manager who has managed more than 100 Premier League games, any chemical element whose name does not contain the letters A or E, anyone who's been a guest on Would I Lie to You more than twice, or any of the top 75 countries in the world by GDP. That's according to Wikipedia, okay? So, any manager with over 100 Premier League games, any chemical element which doesn't contain the letters A or E, so that's an inclusive or, A and E basically. Anyone who's been on Would I Lie to You more than twice, or any of the top 75 countries in the world by GDP, according to Wikipedia. Your tiebreak question is, the world's largest ever taco, legend, the world's largest ever taco was 102 meters long, ladies and gentlemen. But how many kilograms of pork did it contain? How many kilograms of pork were in the world's largest ever taco, which was 102 meters long? I'm going to give you until 10:15, okay? But at 10:15, as soon as it turns 10:15, I'm closing the quiz, okay? Go. Okay, good. Looking for pointless answers, obviously, not just any correct answers. And when you finished, obviously, tick the 3 boxes, click save, and then click finish. I need the full name for the football manager, by the way. You have 4 minutes. The tie-break question, James, sorry. The world's largest ever taco was 102 meters long, but how many kilograms of pork did it contain? How many kilograms of pork were in that taco? Three minutes. I'll tell you what, everyone's done pretty well tonight as well. Now, 2 minutes to finalise answers. Anything you're not sure of? And then anyone who hasn't donated to the PayPal, please do that. Very much appreciated. Don't try and bait me by mentioning Barry from EastEnders. Whoever's done that. We've had a few pointless answers, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you that now. Okay. I'm stopping the quiz in 3, 2, 1. Any fervent complaints? No. It's 1:15. The quiz is finished. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your answers, ladies and gentlemen. The first one is Yestin Harris, the rugby player Yestin Harris. Second one is Hunter Biden. Then it was Katie Taylor, the boxer. Midge Yaw was number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Some tremendous round answers of Ben Kingsley and Samuel Beckett. Enjoyed those. Fifth one is Sarah Beanie. Sixth one is Katie Brand, ladies and gentlemen. Seventh from Last of the Mohicans is Madeline Stowe. Eighth is the footballer Jimmy Carter. The ninth is the former US President Jimmy Carter. 10 is Kinky John Fowler. 11, Ken Burns, ladies and gentlemen. Ken Burns. 12, which you all got. Well done. It's the Four Seasons. What was it? Four Seasons Total Landscaping. Rudy Giuliani, therefore. Donald Trump accepted both those. 13, All Your Base Are Belong to Us, ladies and gentlemen, is the caption there. 14 is Cross Dressers. I did accept something else that was fine. 15 is The $1 Million Man. 16, The Only Fools and Horses and Testaments by Satan Peckham. 17, the tennis players Andy Roddick. 18, The Ichabod is the book there, The Ichabod. I was generous with your spelling. 19, they're Slingbacks. 20, the film Sonic the Hedgehog. 21, Bury is the location there. Bury. 22, The Last of the Mohicans is Dan Day-Lewis plays a character called Hawkeye. The City and Province is Batman. Ray Mallon is Middlesbrough's RoboCop, if you remember him. Push the Feeling On was by the Nightcrawlers. Alicia Dixon was formerly a member of Mystique. But George Bernard Shaw work is Man and Superman. Giovanildo Vieira de Souza is better known as Hulk. The University of Michigan, their sports teams are the Wolverines. Where was I? Cole Hallman, of course, advertised Flash on television, and anyone making their international debut in the 1994 World Cup was Captain America. Good. They're all superheroes or comic book heroes. Anything like that was fun. They're not all superheroes, of course. 23, Pfizer. Because I did mention the other lot in it, BioNTech. Pfizer. 24, the TV series Bally Kiss Angel. 25, Bratislava. The city there. 26, I saw this and thought of you. So it is to tell you the times for. 27, Clifton, Poppleton, Rawcliffe, and Danny Ings. Of course, Ings. 28, there were 5 positions in ballet. 29, the artist with the expensive sales is Jackson Pollock. 30, the actress Robert De Niro. Your department homeware stores were IKEA, B&Q, Marks and Spencer, Wilko, Weeks, John Lewis, Dunelm, which appears to have done away with the mill now, Screwfix, Debenhams, and Homebase. 41, Piers Morgan wrote that book. 42, that's the family of Johnny Briggs. 43, the film is Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. 44, The Oregon Trail. Of course, 45, Theo Walcott. Well done, England's youngest ever footballers. 46, Bankrupt. 47, Iwo Jima. I think the film Caddyshack. 49, Margaret Ferrier was the SNP MP. 50, King George IV, he became during the madness of King George III. 51, a ziggurat is that thing. 52, 27, batters in a perfect game. 53, well done to those of you who got this. The repetitive song was Fatboy Slim's The Rockefeller Skank. 54, the film is Wild Mountain Time. 55, the song word is thinking. Too busy thinking my baby, thinking of me, thinking of you. King of wishful thinking. Just when you're thinking things over, no G, but I did say sort of. And Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran, of course. The music, 56 with The Temptations with Get Ready. Then it was Bread with Make It With You. Then it was Elvis Costello and the Attractions with Good Year for the Roses. Not sure if it was, and the Attractions actually, but I didn't insist on it anyway. Next one was Cast with Fine Time. And it was Girls Aloud with Long Hot Summer. And then it was the Elgins with Heaven Must Have Sent You. And then the Buzzcocks with 16 again. Then it was Jane with It's a Fine Day. Then it was Kylie Minogue, impressively got by more than the number of teams who entered properly, with Confide in Me. Then it was Jamie T with Sticks and Stones. And the version of Don't Think Twice, It's All Right, ladies and gentlemen, was by the former Manchester United, Aston Villa and the Republic of Ireland defender, Paul McGrath. Lovely stuff. Your pointless answers were, for the GDP, could have had Angola, Guatemala, Ecuador, Kuwait, surprisingly, Hungary, Peru, Finland, no one said, Denmark, and Taiwan-ish, sort of, which I would have allowed you if you'd put, because we're not in the pub now. But yeah. The Would I Lie to You guess, you could have had Alex Jones, Claire Balding, Gabby Logan, or Jason Manford. Your chemical elements were nihonium, well done whoever got that, borium, curium, iridium, and rhodium. And the managers, 3 of whom have managed Sheffield Wednesday, John Lyle, amazingly, yeah, right at the start, Danny Wilson, Glenn Roeder, Jim Smith, which someone got, Dave Jones, and Trevor Francis. Your tiebreak question, the world's largest ever taco, was 102 metres long, and it contained 1,507 kilograms of pork. 15,007, kilograms of pork. Your leaderboard, ladies and gentlemen. In equal ninth with 1 were Test and Rupert. In 8th, Amy and Dave with an impressive 45. Well done, there's only 2 of them. They're called Amy and Dave. 14th, in 7th with 47, the Garnstaple Otters. In 6th with 49, Rupert is back, but we're not sure what time. Equal 4th, ladies and gentlemen, with 52, No Effing Pub and the Swan Bitches. 3rd with 54, Whatever Happened to the Handing Chads. In 2nd with 55, the Chords. And in 1st place with 56 and a late alteration, which laid them 56, Universally Challenged. A pint of nihonium to you people. Well done. Lovely stuff. Excellent quizzing, I felt. There'll be another quiz the same time next week. Bring your friends. I'll get the year right in the title of it. Been a housebound pleasure to talk to each and every one of your beautiful internet presences, until which juncture next week. Good night. Bye.